Hey and welcome. This is Jose Lindsay from Heartful, and today we're doing something different. I actually went in the forest near my house, and I'm going to call this forest session. So I'm going to do some videos in the forest where I'm just more real, more honest, no filters, no scripts, no nothing. I usually don't have scripts, but like I don't have notes, I don't have anything. And I always talk about going in the forest, and this is my place of joy. I went for a little bit of a hike. This is in the city, but I went a little bit further, was the larger forest. And I just want to actually share this with you. Let me just turn the screen over 1 second. Okay, and this is just a short walk from where I live. This is where I hang out. And when I say, in these days when you're feeling lost and you're having a really hard time, go in the forest. Now, I have the luxury of being with thousands of trees here, but you can certainly do the same. Go to a tree, go under a canopy. It's kind of windy here. I don't know if you're going to hear me clearly. I've attached my mic to a stick. Okay. So, the reason I wanted to come in the forest today is just to talk about what people are going through and just to be a little bit more real, maybe about me and my journey. And also just about the crap that's on YouTube about awakening, self-development, things like that. As you're going to see, more and more guru self-development people are going to come in the light. A couple of them are, I won't name names, coming in the light now. And even for myself, I look for inspiration on YouTube, and I just can't stand it when you're, connecting to somebody and then, it's attached to some kind of selling a program. So they're just connecting with you to try and sell you something. And I don't know how I'm going to monetize anything yet, but basically, I'm doing this to connect to people. I don't sell anything that's linked to these things. I'm just sharing and connecting with you. And I've had a hard time along my journey, and I'm just sharing honestly what it's like because a lot of people won't be honest of what they're talking about. They're talking about awakening, and it's this beautiful thing. But basically what happens is when you start to awaken to, the world, the programming, and also that you're, a spiritual being in a human body, whatever, or that you're a piece of God, a piece of the universe, a piece of whatever. Um, then living your life when you were more programmed and like the result of your life that you're living now doesn't match your new thoughts. So you're in a job that doesn't relate anymore. You might be in a relationship that doesn't really relate anymore to how you're feeling. And what happens to, like, my experience is that you don't elevate and go better from where you are. What you've built, and I'm just going to go in the shade here, what you've built on who you thought you were doesn't fit, and it never will fit. And you then have to sort of let it fall away. So as you're coming more and more to your heart center, as you're using your own intuition, as you are figuring out what is resonating with you, you can say it's spiritual or not. It's just awakening to who you really are. Whatever words you want to put on that, it doesn't matter. When you do that, the really, really difficult part is letting the things that no longer match you fall away, or more accurately, fall apart. Either, love the birds here, either it's going to fall apart and blow up, really not nice, or you're going to have to take a decision to walk away. And that's really hard. You could have to walk away from a job that you went to school for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. You've gone up the corporate ladder and then you have to let it go. A relationship that you've built together, that you've had kids, that you've done, shared your life with. You've tried and it's just you're changing too much, and there's nothing wrong with the other person. They're great, but they're not changing, and they're not relating to you anymore, and you're not relating to them, and that's really difficult, and you have to let that fall apart. relationships with your family. You're going to feel like the black sheep maybe you always have, but more and more now people aren't relating to you. You're going to have a hard time relating to your friends. And you sort of look around and nothing in your life matches. But if you look around and nothing in your life matches who you are now, I'm sorry to say that it doesn't, you can't manifest it to match. That part where it doesn't match and you have to do something about it is the part where a lot of people don't talk about. And that's the messy, not nice part. And it doesn't happen overnight. So I've shared before in other videos, I'll share briefly again, but basically your whole upbringing, you're told that your identity, who you are, is on exterior things, right? You're a son, you're a daughter, you're a sister, you're your job, you're your education, you're your position, you're your salary, you're where you live, you're your house, you're your car. And when people meet you, it's like, what do you do? And then you say all those things. And those are all the exterior parts. But then you realize that that was never you, but that's the society we lived in. And those are the games that we played. I've made other videos about who you are. We're all a piece of the universe, a piece of God, a piece of consciousness, you know, in the world, banging around in our flesh suits, but we're actually all energy and all connected. And who you are is light, love, consciousness. And it was never those exterior things ever. And as you're coming into your heart center and realizing that, what you're going to have to ask yourself is, who am I without that job? Who am I without that title? Who am I if I don't live there? Who am I without that car? Who am I without a salary? For me, who am I with absolutely nothing? Who am I? I was a stay-at-home mom, and then I divorced, and then I didn't have a job because nobody hires anybody that's been home for 9 years. They think you're a total loser, which I'll do a video on another time. That was a really hard thing. But after I sold the house, I ran out of money. And at 40, with 2 kids that are 9 and 13, I moved in with my mom. No money, no job, no anything. I wrote a book for kids, and people are like, what the hell are you going to do with that? Or I was doing presentations to go into schools, and I was really trying to, change the world and against bullying and all of those things. But financially, it didn't work out. So I was at my mom's for 7 years, and some of you might be, this was a while ago, might be in that now. You can't work your job. You might have to go to something part-time. You may have to give up that house. You may have to find a roommate. You may have to move back home. You may have to, some of you can't pay your mortgage right now because of economic, hardships. And when it happens to other people, you're like, oh, too bad for them. When it happens to you and you lose everything, it's really hard. So in those 7 years, let me say it wasn't easy. You lose your identity. And people say, oh, but you lose everything and then you wake into who you are and it's awesome. No, it's a lot of years. Crying yourself to sleep, wondering who you are, why you're such a loser. All my other friends at that point in their 40s, climbing corporate ladders, working at banks, working at the government, whatever. And you ask yourself, like, what the hell's wrong with me where I'm living in my mom's basement here? I don't have anything. And you can either get depressed and think that you're a loser, or you can really start asking some questions. It's like, well, if I don't have that, who am I? And then when you start to, have self-acceptance, self-love, and loving yourself, you don't love yourself because of your accomplishments. Look at me. I'm proud of myself. I did this. I put myself through school. I did this. Because sometimes you love yourself and you're proud of yourself. It's still for the things. It's like, well, can you love yourself like literally just for being, for your essence, for the person that you are, for the values that you have, for the intentions that you have, even if it didn't work out? And for you who may be, changing your life, I wish I had videos like this. Like, I thought I was the only one and a total loser. And this is what I wish somebody told me. I'm like, you are so brave to look at your life and to realize that it's not working and to have the courage to walk away from something that's not working, to have the courage to walk away from whatever is perceived to be a good job, a good relationship, a good whatever, and to be able to walk away from it and to be able to go from what society says, like this level, to now you're down here in the pits and you don't mean anything in society because you're not making anything. And to sit in that and to figure out, like when people say, like, what are you doing now? Like, what's your plan? Like, I don't have a plan. I don't know. And to be okay with the, I don't know. I don't know what's coming next. I don't have a plan. That's that's brave. People are saying, I think the easy thing is to stay in that job for 30 years. It's soul sucking, but you just do it because the scary part is walking away and you don't know how you're going to make it. You don't know how you're going to survive. I still don't know. Listen, I've been on this journey for 17 years when you can say, woke up in a Kundalini training 17 years ago. I'm 17 years in, and career wise and stuff, like this is what I want to do and inspire people. Have I figured out how to do it? No. And one of the reasons I haven't quite figured out how to do it is I won't monetize and be sleazy like other people. So it's taking me a little bit longer. Like I've gone for courses and to see what you're supposed to do to push your content, and I won't do it because it's sleazy and gross. So for now, I'm just sharing and I'm connecting with you because I wish I had somebody else that sort of went maybe ahead of me, that they felt like garbage. And you can see that you're not the only one. I think there's a lot of us going through this at this time, and just people don't want to talk about it. So it's going to feel shitty. You're going to feel lost. You may feel like a loser. And I'm here to tell you that you're just shaking up all the fake stuff that was never you. You're awakening yourself to who you are. It's going to take some time to go from all the fake stuff that wasn't you to figuring out who you are, to figuring out what makes you feel alive. What do you love? What are you curious about? And then to take the time to go explore that. And you know what I love is when people take us along on their journey. So let's say you don't know what's going on and I might learn this or I might go do this. Grab a camera and take people along the journey, because I'm telling you, there's way more of us lost looking for somebody like us and authenticity out there than the people that are watching this bullshit self-development. I've got all this shit figured out. And let me sell you these 3, 4 things and change your life. It's all bullcrap and nobody wants it anymore. I know I don't. By the way, I couldn't believe this happened. So I'm changing a lot myself. It's hard to describe. I'll do different videos, but I was obsessed with self-development. I always thought like I'm broken, and the next, like, I just need to read this other book. I've read hundreds of books, okay? Like I've read so much on all self-development, spirituality, you name it, I've done it. And I used to like, oh, I don't have enough time to read all these books. I'd go to Chapters Indigo and be like, okay, I'll read this one, this one, this one, this one, line them up. The other day I went to Indigo and Chapters, and I've never had this feeling before. Maybe this is happening to you. I go there and there's a wall of self-development, and I'm like, I don't need any of this shit. Why am I going to listen to somebody else that they think they've discovered the keys of life? You know, like I don't need one sec. Flip. I don't think I need to learn from anybody else. You can watch videos like this about people going through their journey, and you can have like suggestions and thing, but honestly, like if you give yourself the time and you're in the quiet and go for walks and just contemplate, you're going to figure it out. And it's going to whisper a little bit more than yell at you. You're going to have intuitions. It's going to whisper like, try this, go this, have you done this, go for a walk, then you're going to meet somebody. Anyway, I just wanted to, I'm going to try and keep this video short. I'm going to come back. I'm going to call these forest sessions, okay, where it's just you and me in the forest, and we're taking in the vibes of the forest to help us out here through these times. But I just wanted to share when stuff is falling apart, it's difficult. Let yourself feel all the feelings. It's not elevating beyond it. It's feeling it, crying through it, and being okay with letting it go. It's okay to not know what's next. Okay. Nobody tells you this, but it's natural to not know what's coming next. And where you're going, it'll speak to you. You'll see it. And meanwhile, just focus on your breath, focus on the light within. Just know that you're worthy just for being born. Also know, woo, the wind is picking up as I'm saying that. Wow. So this, you might hear this in the mic. The wind is getting a little bit crazy. Just know that you were born worthy and you were put on the planet for a reason. And that might be why you're going through what you're going through right now. And to love yourself, to be easy about this, you're going to figure it out. Don't worry about the messy part. You are not your possessions. If you have no money, you lost your job, you had to move in with your parents. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 55, 60, or you moved in with whoever, your grandmother, or you had to drop out of school, or you can't figure out what you want to do in the future. It's okay. Give yourself the grace and the ease of to not be okay. Okay. Where a lot of us are there, and be easy on yourself. Still be in the now. Try to enjoy each day without focusing too much on the future, one step at a time. And trust me, you're going to be okay. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you like these forest sessions. I will be back regularly and taking in these awesome forest vibes. Thank you. Namaste. Much love.